Hello, Radiant Soul. In this video, we uncovered 7 powerful signs that reveal you're being spiritually watched, not only by people, but by divine forces. As a chosen one, your light awakens curiosity, admiration, and even resistance. You're not just seen, you're spiritually monitored, protected, and divinely observed. Each sign, from silent stares to sudden divine help, confirms your journey is sacred. You're not invisible. You're being guided, tested, and quietly celebrated by heaven and those your life silently inspires. Comment the number that hit home. You are seen, you are covered, and you were never meant to walk this divine path alone. Understanding spiritual observation. To grasp why others, both seen and unseen, are quietly observing you, chosen one, you must first understand the nature of spiritual observation. This is not surveillance in the worldly sense. It runs much deeper. It is spiritual, it is divine, and it is profoundly personal. The moment you began your spiritual awakening, the moment you truly stepped into your divine calling, a veil was lifted. Not only did you start to perceive more, to feel more, but others, in both the spiritual and physical realms, began to notice you as well. Your energy became more potent. Your presence grew weightier. Even if you aren't fully aware of it, the frequency you carry is uncommon. It doesn't blend into the background. When you enter a space, your vibration alters the atmosphere, not by intention, but by nature of who you are. Chosen ones are marked spiritually, and that mark draws watchers. Some of these watchers are divine, angels, ancestors, and guides dispatched by the Most High to protect and accompany you. You've probably sensed their nearness, perhaps in moments of unexplainable peace, or during your greatest trials. A whisper when no one else is present. A soft warmth at your back during prayer. These are not hallucinations. They are glimpses of spiritual observation from the higher realms. But it extends further. People in the physical world are drawn to you as well. Some are consciously aware of it, others are not. They watch because your light stirs something inside them, sometimes admiration, sometimes inspiration, and at other times, insecurity or envy. When you are chosen, people can feel there's something distinct about you, even if they cannot explain it. They may know nothing of your past, but your spirit speaks long before you say a word. This is why strangers may gaze at you unexpectedly. Why you walk into a room and the energy subtly shifts. Why people seem curious about you, even when you've said very little. It's not about appearance or status. What they feel is your essence. Now here's where it becomes deeply spiritual. The more awakened you become, the more you start to perceive this. You begin to sense when someone is observing you, not necessarily with their eyes, but with their spirit. You'll feel the energetic pull. You'll feel it when someone is thinking about you, talking about you, or even praying for you, whether they are near or far. For the chosen ones, the veil is thin. You are spiritually sensitive by divine design. That sensitivity is both a gift and a responsibility. Some of the people watching you were placed on your path by divine orchestration. They are meant to support you, even from afar. Some observe your journey in silence, drawing courage for their own path. They may never speak to you, may never interact, but they're watching. They witness your resilience, your growth, your unwavering light, despite all you've endured. Others observe from a place of confusion or even darkness. Not everyone is glad to see you ascend, and you'll feel that too. You may not be able to articulate it, but the energy changes when someone is operating from hidden jealousy or resentment. But hear this truth clearly. No one can touch what God has covered. You are not merely being watched, you are being divinely guarded. The spiritual realm is highly active around chosen ones. As you ascend and step more fully into your purpose, the number of eyes on you multiplies. This is not to scare you, it's to prepare you. You carry a mission. Your life is not ordinary, and for that reason, you must become mindful of who and what is watching. Now ask yourself, how many times have you felt it? That unmistakable sense that you're being observed, even when alone. That sudden chill, or the unexplained warmth that sweeps over you. That is the realm responding. That is your sign. When you embrace your role as a chosen one, you no longer fear the watchers. You begin to recognize their roles. Some are there to learn, some to test, and some have been sent to help carry your divine assignment forward. And remember, when God selects you, He also appoints those who will watch over you. Some you will meet, others you may never know. But their eyes, both visible and invisible, are present, because you, chosen one, were never meant to walk this path alone. Have you felt it lately? The quiet awareness of being watched, not in fear, but in divine recognition. If your spirit resonates with this message, comment 1 at 11 below. Let this community know that you are awake, that you see. We're only just beginning. The signs that follow will confirm everything you've sensed. Sign 1. Random people staring at you. Often, chosen one, you've felt it before. You walk into a space, focused on your own thoughts, not seeking attention, and yet you notice it. Eyes on you. Not a passing glance, but a sustained, curious gaze. Sometimes it's subtle, other times, bold. You might even catch people trying to pretend they're not looking when you meet their gaze. But energy doesn't lie. Their spirit recognizes yours. Their soul senses something extraordinary. This is one of the earliest and most common signs that you're being watched, not just physically, but spiritually. As someone chosen by God, your energy enters the room before you do. You carry a light that unsettles darkness, a vibration that disrupts the ordinary. People feel it, even if they can't understand it. You must understand something. Most people have never truly encountered divine spiritual energy embodied in human form. They've seen charm, they've seen beauty, but very few have come face to face with spiritual essence walking around in flesh. That's what you bring. That's what makes you different. So when you walk into a store, sit at a park, or simply pass someone on the street, and they stare, it's not about your physical appearance. It's about what you carry within. You carry the essence of someone who's endured the fire and emerged radiant. You carry wisdom beyond your years, strength cultivated in silence, and a vibration that stirs something within those around you. Some people stare because they're drawn to your light. Others because your presence reveals their own inner misalignment. Your authenticity disrupts those who are hiding behind masks. Whether it's admiration or discomfort, they can't help but look. Being a chosen one often means being misunderstood, and this kind of attention can make you feel like an outsider. You may start questioning yourself. Why are they looking at me like that? Did I do something wrong? Is something on my face? But no, it's not what's on your face. It's what's on your soul. Let me take you deeper. When you are anointed, you become spiritually visible in the unseen realm. That visibility often bleeds into the physical world. Even those who aren't spiritually aware can sense the shift in energy when you walk in. Their subconscious knows. There's something different about your presence. This is why children often stare at you wide-eyed, and animals seem unusually calm in your presence. They don't filter what they feel. They respond to truth and purity in energy. Others, those who are spiritually attuned even just a little, may gaze at you with quiet curiosity or silent respect. Some may offer a smile, others remain wordless, just observing. And then there are those still wrestling with their own shadows. They sense your power but don't know how to process it. Their stares may carry confusion or even judgment. Still, don't be shaken. Let them look. Let them wonder. You see, in a world veiled in spiritual blindness, Your light is a disruption. Your stillness speaks louder than noise. Your walk, your aura, your silence, it all broadcasts something beyond words. People don't know why they're drawn to you, but they are. And that's part of your calling. You influence not only through what you say, but through who you are. This isn't about ego. This isn't about thinking you're better than others. This is about recognizing that you were designed differently, for a divine purpose. You were set apart. You were marked. And people can feel it. Have you noticed this more frequently since your spiritual awakening? Have you found that as you grow in spirit, you're met with more of these lingering, unexplained stares from strangers? That's no coincidence. That's confirmation. Your light is intensifying. Your spiritual authority is expanding. And the world, consciously or not, is responding. Sometimes, you'll even notice the same individuals popping up in unexpected places, always nearby, always watching quietly. These aren't accidents either. Some people are drawn to you because you awaken something buried deep within them, a memory of who they truly are. Your presence reminds them of their soul's calling. That's how powerful your energy is. If this resonates with you, if you've been feeling watched in unexplained ways, affirm it in the comments. Type 111 to confirm that you've experienced these silent stares, this unspoken awareness. Don't hold back. This is a space for spiritual truth. You are not alone. Many other chosen ones are feeling it too. Let them look, chosen one. Let them wonder. You weren't called to hide. You were called to shine, even in silence. Your presence is a message. Your energy is a revelation. And even when you say nothing at all, your soul speaks volumes. This is only the beginning. The watchers are real, and each sign will continue to reveal why. Stay with me. The next one goes even deeper, into the kind of spiritual awareness that'll leave you questioning just how much others already know about you, without you ever saying a word. Sign 2. People know things about you that you never shared. But don't let this intimidate you. Let it empower you. Let it remind you that your life is not hidden. Your journey is speaking to others, even when you think no one is paying attention. And yes, some of the watchers may never reveal themselves. Some will always remain in the background. But they are there, watching, learning, receiving, and sometimes imitating. You may start to notice that people begin to talk like you, act like you, or even adopt your ideas or unique phrases. This isn't flattery. It's evidence that your energy is leaking into their consciousness. And all of this begins with one undeniable truth. They know something about you, even if you never told them. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had moments when someone brought up something you never said out loud? Have you ever heard a person reference your private goals, emotions, or internal thoughts without you ever sharing them? If so, I invite you to comment 777 below. That's the number of divine protection. And now is the time to declare that your energy is covered, guarded, and sealed. Don't fear the watchers, chosen one. Recognize them, discern them, understand their role. Some have been placed around you to confirm your calling. Others are present to test your awareness. But all of them prove one undeniable truth. You are not ordinary. You are seen. You are significant. And your journey does not go unnoticed. So trust your instincts. When you feel like people know more than they should, they probably do. But don't shrink. Don't hide. Walk boldly. You've been called for this. And as you rise higher, so will the level of spiritual attention around you. Sign 3. You receive sudden protection or help when you need it. Chosen one. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where things could have gone terribly wrong, but somehow, some way, you were spared? Perhaps it was a near car accident that never happened, a conversation you didn't attend, a decision you almost made that would have stolen your peace. or a moment of collapse that unexpectedly became your breakthrough. These moments aren't luck. They are divine interventions. This is one of the clearest signs that you are not walking alone. Someone, or something, is quietly watching over you, showing up precisely when you need it most. Chosen ones aren't just observed, they are protected, and that protection isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, even mysterious, but it is always perfectly timed. You find help when you least expect it. A stranger appears with the exact solution. You stumble across a message, a video, or a voice that speaks directly to your heart, just like this one right now. It may feel random, but it's not. The Most High is moving behind the scenes. Your steps are divinely ordered, and when the enemy sets a trap, divine protection reroutes your path, often before you even recognize the danger. There are times when you didn't even pray, yet help still came. That's because spiritual forces have been assigned to you, chosen one. Divine watchers move at the command of the Creator. You may not see them, but you feel them. They appear as instincts, as sudden peace in the middle of chaos, as the right person arriving at the right moment. They are active because your calling is far too important to leave unguarded. You carry something sacred in the spiritual realm. Your life holds divine purpose, and that purpose is shielded. There is a hedge around you, unseen by most, but entirely real. That covering is a constant reminder that you are being watched, guided, and protected. Have you noticed that when others try to harm you, it often backfires? That people who tried to block your path or crush your spirit ended up watching you rise instead? That's spiritual protection in action. Often those who come against you don't even understand why their plans failed. It's because what's over your life is greater than what's coming against it. Some chosen ones ask themselves, how am I still standing after all I've been through? It's not because you're stronger than everyone else. It's because you've been protected. Battles have been fought on your behalf that you never even saw. Prayers were spoken for you by people you never met. Angels stood watch over you as you slept. That's the truth. Sometimes that protection arrives through people. A friend who calls at the perfect time. A stranger offering unexpected kindness. A mentor or teacher who delivers wisdom that touches your exact wound. These encounters are not random. They are divinely assigned, positioned to help carry you forward. Now, let's be clear. Divine protection doesn't mean life will be perfect or pain-free. You will still face hardships. You will still endure trials. But the difference is, you'll always come out of it with more strength, more wisdom, more clarity, covered and empowered. And that covering, that's a sign. You are being watched over in ways you cannot see. Even in your darkest moments, when you felt abandoned, lost, or forgotten, you were never truly alone. In fact, some of the greatest help you've received didn't even look like help at the time. It looked like rejection, like closed doors. But now, looking back, you understand. Those no's were protection. Those delays were divine redirection. That heartbreak, it saved you from something that would have destroyed you. So I ask you now, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever felt danger near, but somehow walked away untouched? Have you received help at the exact moment you needed it, even without asking for it? If your spirit says yes, type 444 in the comments below. That number is a powerful spiritual symbol of protection and angelic presence. It's a declaration that you are covered, that help surrounds you, that watchers walk with you. Chosen one, never believe you're alone in this journey. You have been shielded more times than you know, and the deeper you walk in your purpose, the stronger that shield becomes, because your assignment is sacred, and heaven always defends what it sends. Sign 4. You feel spiritually monitored during moments of solitude. Chosen one, Have you ever sat alone in a quiet room surrounded by silence, yet felt the undeniable presence of something or someone nearby? No footsteps, no sound, just a shift in the atmosphere, a tingling sensation on your skin, a deep knowing in your spirit that you're not alone. This isn't paranoia. This isn't imagination. This is spiritual sensitivity, and it is one of the clearest signs that you are being watched. Not by people in the physical world, but by entities in the unseen. When you are a chosen one, solitude becomes sacred. It is during your quietest moments that you receive your most divine revelations. It is in stillness that heaven speaks most clearly. But these sacred moments are also when you are most spiritually open, most exposed, and this is when the watchers draw near. You see, chosen ones are spiritually monitored, especially in silence. You are like a tuning fork in the unseen realm, emitting a frequency that resonates across dimensions. And when you're still, that frequency becomes more focused, stronger, brighter, louder. That's why, during meditation, prayer, or deep reflection, you begin to feel a presence, a subtle energy, an invisible gaze. Now listen closely. That feeling is not always something to fear. In fact, most of the time, what you're sensing is divine. Angels, ancestors, spiritual guides sent by the Most High. These beings are assigned to walk with you, to guard your purpose, and to cover you as you receive clarity and direction. They observe not to harm, but to guide. But understand this, your spiritual awareness doesn't just attract light. It also makes you visible to those who operate in darkness. Energies that move in shadows, spirits that seek to distract, deceive, or discourage. This is why at times your solitude feels uneasy instead of peaceful. You may feel restless or unsettled. You might glance over your shoulder or feel the urge to check your surroundings. That's not paranoia. It's your spirit picking up on real, unseen activity. The veil is thin around you. Chosen ones operate on higher spiritual frequencies. You are spiritually awake, which means you perceive what others dismiss. While most are numb to the unseen, distracted by noise and busyness, you are sensitive to shifts, to silence, to sacred signals. And this sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a divine gift, a spiritual radar that alerts you when you are not alone. Here's the powerful truth. Nothing can touch you unless it is allowed. And when you walk with God, when you are marked as chosen, even the watchers must obey divine law. Yes, they may observe. Yes, they may surround you, but they cannot harm you without permission. And heaven has not granted that permission. So the next time you're in solitude and you feel a presence, don't panic. Pause. Discern. Ask your spirit, what is the nature of this energy? Is it peaceful or heavy? Is it empowering or confusing? You already know the answer. Trust your discernment. If it is light, receive it. If it is dark, reject it. Speak with authority. You are not a victim in this realm. You are a vessel, a warrior, a messenger. There is a reason the enemy watches you in silence. Your light threatens darkness. Your voice carries weight. Your presence disrupts low vibrations. Yes, you are being watched. Because even when you forget who you are, the spiritual realm remembers. But here is the higher truth. You are also being guarded, constantly, faithfully, and with power. The Most High has assigned protection to your life that never sleeps. Have you felt it, chosen one? That sudden chill with no cause? That warm presence in the middle of prayer? That unexplained knowing that someone, something is near? If your spirit has been stirred by these moments, I invite you to comment 777 below. This number symbolizes divine alignment and spiritual presence. Let it be your declaration that you are aware, protected, and not afraid. Don't doubt your senses. Don't let the world tell you it's just your imagination. You are spiritually awake. You are chosen. and that means living with an awareness few will ever understand. But that's okay. You don't need their understanding. You need your awareness. As your journey deepens, your solitude will become more sacred and more watched. But you were made for this. You were born for this. And even in your silence, heaven is speaking. Sign 5. People repeat what you say or copy your style without knowing you. Chosen one. By now, you've likely noticed something unusual happening around you. Individuals you barely speak to, or even complete strangers, suddenly begin using your words, adopting your ideas, or mimicking your energy. You scroll through social media, sit in on conversations, and unexpectedly hear your own language, rhythm, or perspective echoed through the voices of others. They may not even be aware they're doing it, but you are. And your spirit quietly affirms, "That came from me." This isn't arrogance, it's not vanity, it's spiritual reflection. When you are chosen by God, your influence extends far beyond what you consciously realize. You are not just a person, you are a transmitter. Your energy, your thoughts, your presence ripple through the spiritual atmosphere like waves. Because your essence is charged with divine purpose, it doesn't remain contained, it expands. You don't need a stage or followers to be impactful. You carry spiritual authority, and when you speak, even softly, even in private, your words carry weight. People absorb your energy without understanding why. You shift their perspective just by existing. And those who cross your path, even briefly, walk away with something that wasn't there before. That's why you may hear others using your exact phrases, expressing ideas you've been quietly living, or even dressing in a way that mirrors your personal style. You'll see your thoughts turned into posts, your truths repeated without context. They may never give credit. They may never even realize the source. But your spirit knows its own reflection. This is the spiritual fingerprint of a chosen one. It happens because you carry divine codes. You walk with ancient wisdom even if you've never studied it. What you say isn't just your opinion, it's activation. Your words awaken dormant truths in others. They stir, they plant seeds, they begin to grow, and often, those seeds bloom in someone else's garden. For some of you, this experience can feel frustrating. Perhaps you've been ignored, dismissed, or overlooked for speaking truths that others later echo and receive praise for. You spoke it first, but no one listened. Then someone else repeats it, and suddenly it's wise, deep, or profound. Let me tell you something powerful, chosen one. Your impact is not measured by acknowledgement, it's measured by effect. You are not here for applause. You are here to shift things in the spirit. Whether people credit you or not, your influence is undeniable. Others may copy your outer style, but they cannot duplicate your inner essence. They may echo your words, but they do not carry the vibration behind them. They can imitate your image, but they cannot replicate your soul. Because what you carry cannot be manufactured. It was given. It was ordained. It is sacred, and it is tied directly to your purpose. This is also why people keep returning to your space, your page, your presence, quietly watching, silently absorbing. They may never engage, they may never acknowledge you, but they draw from your well to water their own, and that's okay. You must understand, your light teaches even when you are not trying to teach. Your life speaks louder than your words. Your truth is contagious. If this resonates, if you've noticed people mirroring your energy, your language, your style, I invite you to comment 555 below. This number symbolizes spiritual transformation, energetic shift, and divine impact. Let it serve as your confirmation. You are changing lives simply by being yourself. Remember this, chosen one. When God gives you a voice, He also gives you reach. And that reach does not need to be seen to be real. You are influencing people in ways you'll never fully understand. You are awakening others just by living in your truth. Your energy is going places your feet haven't even walked yet. So continue to speak truth, even when it echoes without your name attached. Keep walking in alignment, even when others mimic your steps. You are not here to compete. You are here to lead. And real leadership doesn't seek attention. It commands presence. You are not just being watched, you are being studied. And while others imitate, you originate. You create from the source. You move from the spirit. And that's why the influence of a chosen one will always reach further than the eyes can see. Sign 6. You often sense a presence around you, especially during spiritual work. Chosen one, let's talk about those sacred quiet moments when you are deep in prayer, meditation, journaling, or still reflection. You are alone, yet something within you becomes alert. The atmosphere shifts. Your body quiets. Perhaps a chill runs down your spine, or a warm peace gently wraps around you. You pause. You glance to the side. No one is there, at least not visibly. But your spirit knows. You are not alone. And that presence you feel? It is absolutely real. This is one of the most profound and often overlooked signs that you are being watched. Not out of fear, but through divine alignment. When you engage in spiritual practices, when you open your heart to God, channel light, or align with sacred truth, the veil between the seen and unseen becomes thin. And because of who you are and what you carry, your energy draws attention from both realms. You're not just praying, you're broadcasting a spiritual signal. You're not just meditating, you're syncing with higher frequencies. Every time you step into your spiritual calling, you awaken spiritual activity around you. And that's when the watchers draw near. Some of them are divine, angels, ancestors, and holy spirits, dispatched by the Most High to guard you, guide you, and witness your growth. They respond to your vibration. They are present in your tears, your joy, your stillness. You don't perceive them with physical senses, but your spirit recognizes them. It's that warmth during silent prayer, that comfort when your soul releases its truth, that subtle awareness that something sacred is close. As a chosen one, your spiritual authority does not go unnoticed. When you operate in alignment, heaven listens. You're not speaking into empty air, you're communing with the divine. And the spiritual realm responds, sometimes with a whisper, a flicker of light, a sudden peace that settles over you. These are not accidents. These are sacred visitations. But let's be honest, not every presence is from the light. You must understand, spiritual work doesn't just align you with heaven, it also disturbs darkness. Your prayers dismantle strongholds. Your meditation restores divine order. Your journaling rewrites the lies the enemy tried to place over your life. So yes, darkness watches too, especially when you're rising, healing, and stepping into your power. That's why sometimes, in your spiritual moments, you may feel a sudden heaviness. Your thoughts scatter. Discomfort creeps in. These aren't always coincidences. They're resistance, energies that attempt to distract, to discourage, to interfere with the work you're doing. But here's the unshakable truth. Nothing can stop a chosen one who stands grounded in spirit. You have authority over darkness. You don't just sense the atmosphere, you command it. You weren't given spiritual awareness just to observe. You were given discernment to decide what stays and what leaves. That's why awareness is key. Learn to distinguish the sacred from the deceptive. Divine presence brings peace. Darkness brings confusion. One feels like love's embrace. The other feels like unrest. Trust what your spirit tells you. It was given to you for a reason. And when that presence is of light, welcome it. Speak. Listen. Honor the moment. The Most High sends His angels and watchers to surround those who walk in truth. You are not being watched to be judged. You're being watched for your protection, your affirmation, your direction. Often what feels like stillness is a conversation waiting to unfold. Have you experienced this, chosen one? Have you been in prayer and felt something touch your spirit? Have you sat in meditation and sensed a quiet presence fill the space around you? If your soul says yes, I invite you to comment 777 below. That number is a divine symbol of spiritual alignment and heavenly support. Let it affirm to you. What you are sensing is real. You are truly not alone. There is sacred energy that surrounds you during spiritual work. Do not take it lightly. Do not explain it away. Instead, lean in. Speak with intention. Listen with faith. Ask your questions. Offer your praise. Because you, chosen one, are not just seen. You are surrounded, not by fear, not by harm, but by divine presence. And when that presence enters the room, it is a sign. Heaven hears you, the realm responds, and your soul is aligned. Sign 7. People are quietly inspired by you, but never tell you. Chosen one, this next sign is one of the quietest, most invisible, and yet most powerful confirmations that people are secretly watching you. Not with idle curiosity, not with passive observation, but with deep, silent inspiration. They are moved by your journey, uplifted by your energy, awakened by your resilience. But you may never hear a word about it. They won't say it out loud. They may never give you credit. They might not like your posts, respond to your messages, or show any support publicly. But in private, in the quiet of their own lives, something you said, something you did, some part of who you are, it reached them. And it sparked something. They don't even realize how deeply your light has touched them. Because when you're chosen by God, your life stops being just about you. It becomes a message, a map, a mirror for others. The way you carry yourself through hardship, the way you keep showing up when everything seems stacked against you, that becomes a testimony. It becomes silent proof that there is power in endurance, strength in surrender, and grace in the unseen. But here's the truth. The ones who are most inspired by you are often the most silent. Pride holds their words back. Ego makes them hesitate. Sometimes their admiration is so sincere, it silences them. They look at you and think, how is he still standing? How is she still glowing after all she's endured? But they never say it. Their lips are still, but their spirit feels your impact. Don't let the silence deceive you. You are influencing more people than you realize. Your strength is medicine. Your light is reaching places your feet haven't even touched. Your name may not be spoken, but your presence is felt. This is what it means to walk in divine influence. To move lives without trying. To lead without demanding attention. To teach without needing a title. Chosen ones often walk alone not because they're unloved, but because they are deeply watched, quietly studied, silently followed. The ones learning the most from you, they're the ones in the background. They may never cheer, but they change. They may never clap, but they grow. And that, chosen one, is spiritual power. You might feel invisible at times. You might wonder, does anyone see me? Does this even matter? Let me tell you clearly, yes, it matters. Yes, you are seen. Not with worldly eyes, but in spirit. People feel your vibration. They carry your words long after you've spoken. Some are drawn to your courage. Others are inspired by your calm. Many are moved by your ability to keep rising, over and over again. They don't know your whole story, but they sense your depth, and they don't forget that feeling. That's why your life matters so deeply. It's not only what you do, but how you do it. The grace in your movements, the consistency in your discipline, the quiet power in your presence. Don't wait for validation. Don't wait for applause. Your impact is spiritual, not superficial. You are planting seeds in soil you may never see bloom. But the Most High sees it all. And He's using your life to move mountains and hearts you'll never meet. Some of the same people who once ignored you are now imitating you. Some who left you are now walking in the light you once showed them. They may never say thank you, but the energy doesn't lie. You feel it. You know it. And your spirit confirms it. If this speaks to your soul, if you felt that quiet influence, or sensed people silently drawing from your energy, comment 888 below. That number symbolizes divine abundance, spiritual flow, and impact beyond the visible. Let it remind you, you don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need recognition to be effective. Your life is the message. Your walk is the sermon. And the ones meant to receive it are receiving it. So keep showing up, keep shining, keep growing, even when no one says a word. Because in the spiritual realm, your name is known, your energy is felt, and your journey is changing lives. The world may never speak it, but heaven does. And when the time is right, the right voices will rise. Until then, let them be inspired in silence. You just keep walking in truth. And now, in the final message of this journey, we'll bring all 7 signs together, and I'll speak a word over your life that will remind you just how deeply seen, known, and divinely chosen you truly are. Stay with me. Chosen one, now that you've walked through these 7 signs, pause and take this in. This isn't the end. It's a divine confirmation. You were never meant to blend in. From the moment you were chosen by God, your presence has carried purpose. You've been watched, not just by people, but by the unseen realm. Some with admiration, some with envy, some by divine assignment. And yet, through it all, you kept going. You stayed faithful, even when it felt like no one saw you. But heaven did, and still does. Every stare, every moment of unexplained help, every reflection of your words in others, all of it was a sign. You are not ordinary. You are anointed. You are watched because you are chosen. Don't shrink. Don't apologize for your light. Walk boldly. You are influencing lives, even in silence. You are being guided, protected, and prepared for more. So if this spoke to your spirit, declare it now. Chosen one, rising. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are chosen. Now go, walk like it.